Hey my beautiful Sagittarian peeps, what's going on everybody? It's Sam from CancerMoonsTarot, and I'm coming at you guys with your mid-March 2022 tarot reading. As always, readings here are general, so if they resonate, that's awesome. And if not, it's not your message, and if you want to check out my official social medias, you're more than welcome to. That'll be linked down in the description below. Real quick, Sagittarius, I just want to mention before we start today's video, if you guys notice that I'm speaking a little bit awkward, or if there's anything kind of weird going on with my mouth, unfortunately I do have an infected tooth that needs to get extracted, so just bear with me guys. It's a bit of a painful situation, but just bear with me throughout today's reading. I would greatly appreciate that. I'm going to do my best to talk as clear as possible so that you guys can understand me. So let's see what we got going on. Starting out here with the current energies for Sagittarius. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout mid-March 2022. What current energies have we got coming in here for Sag? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout mid-March 2022. Let's go ahead and get ourselves here one last shuffle, and we will begin. What do we have? First card out, what do we got? We got here the King of Swords. Not too shabby, guys. Definitely the card of determination. You feel very determined, empowered to do something here. Whatever you've set out to do here, Sagittarius, is going to get done. Moving on to the next card, we do have here the Tower. Now, the Tower is interesting because you're very determined right now to kind of let something crash. You're determined to let something fall in whichever way that it needs to. And I like that for you, because the thing about the Tower card is that it's one of those cards that if you don't give any resistance to it, the changes that are made are going to be wonderful for you. Usually when people see the Tower card, they tend to freak out. They think that the Tower is, oh my god, something in my life is falling apart, something in my life is going in, a crazy direction. But ultimately, even though it may feel that way, what the Tower is actually doing is it's knocking all of the puzzle pieces into the right place. It's making all the changes accordingly to your life that are going to benefit you. So even if this Tower moment feels like it's horrible, it's actually working in your favor. The Tower never works against you. And the last card we have here for your current energy is going to be the Six of Cups. So we have here the King of Swords, the Tower, the Six of Cups. Coming up into your mid-March, it feels to me like you're very determined to let the Tower do its thing. I don't feel like you're bringing in any sort of resistance right now. You're very much so in a flow state, jumping into mid-March. Whatever's meant to be will be. However, the pieces need to fall into place. They will fall into place and fit perfectly. I think that you're noticing with the Six of Cups in your past, when you've had previous Tower moment encounters, what you did is you tried to fight the Tower. Let's say an ending was happening that you did your best to try to prevent, you did your best to try to fight it, but ultimately it still ended. That could have been considered a Tower moment. Maybe something in your life was changing and you didn't want it to change because at first you didn't see how great the change was going to be. You looked at the change as something that was negative. Well, what ended up happening? It changed anyways, because the Tower is going to do what it has to do despite your wants and your desires. And once that changes, you realized, oh my god, okay, wait, this change is actually a lot better for me than I realized. So you're recognizing, based upon your past, I've been in Tower moments before, things have changed in my life before, I fought the universe on it, and either way it still ended up changing and it worked in my favor. So what I'm doing right now is I'm going to let the universe do its thing. If friends are being removed from my life, so be it. If relationships are being removed from my life, so be it. If things are changing in my career, if things are changing in my, personal situation, so be it, I'm letting the universe right now kind of take the wheel a little bit and do what it needs to do, and you're just kind of chilling. You're like, universe, you do what you gotta do, baby. I'm here. I know I'll be divinely aligned, all right? I like that. Let's go ahead and see what you're dealing with in this mid-month. What are my beautiful Sagittarians gonna be dealing with here throughout mid-March 2022? Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Throughout mid-March 2022, what are my Saggies going to be dealing with? And what do we got? We got here the Five of Cups. So Five of Cups here, definitely a card that talks about disappointment, but what's going to be right next to that Five of Cups? You got here the Three of Cups. You're dealing with right now in your life turning disappointment and shifting it into joy. I think that you've gotten into a place in your life where you no longer want to be a person who is disappointed, who's frustrated. I think that you want to become a very joyous person, and that's the transition that you're focusing on making moving throughout mid-March. I want to take pride in my life. I want to enjoy my life. I don't want to be miserable or constantly surrounded by any forms of misery. Moving forward from that, we do have here the King of Cups, and we also have here the Ten of Wands. Yeah, I think on an emotional level, you recognized I'm in a certain place of control, I can choose what to invest my energy in. You know, if something's not going well in my life right now, I can focus on that all day and send myself into a pit of misery, or I can choose to focus on what's going well in my life, you know? So despite this tower moment happening, maybe something extravagant is happening in your life right now. Maybe you're going through a breakup, you're going through a divorce, maybe some of you guys are going through a career change and it's pretty intense. It's like, despite all that stress, you know that whatever happens, it's all going to work out for you in the end. And you're choosing to say, why focus on the things that make me miserable right now? Like, if this experience, if this tower moment's bringing me stress, why only focus on that stress when I have tons of other things going on in my life that are actually good? So you are redirecting your attention right now to positive things in your life, to what brings you joy. You know, this is the energy of, you know, what your, how does the saying go? Because I forget it all the time. There you go. Where attention goes is where energy flows, right? If you're keeping your attentiveness on positive things in your life, positive energy is flowing right back to you. So you're undergoing some pretty major changes, but you're just not letting the stress get in the way. You're not letting the stress get to you here, Sagittarius. This second half of March is about embracing the changes that come your way, embracing the stress that comes along with it, and instead of allowing this moment to make you miserable and bitter, you're taking joy in this moment because you know that the universe has your back. You know that whatever the universe has planned for you, it's gonna work in your favor. And guys, I try to say that and convey that all the time, because whether you want to call the universe, you want to call the universe God, whatever you resonate with, God has always got your back. God literally wants the best for you at all given times, you know? So with that being said, you may think what you're going through is hell, but it's really heaven in disguise, you know? I like that. I like that a lot. Let's go ahead and see where things are going for you. Where are things going to be going here for Sagittarius? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout mid-March 2022. Where are things going to be going here for Sag? And what do we have? We have here the 8 of Swords. Moving forward from that, we also got here the 5 of Swords, we got here the 10 of Swords, and lastly, we have here the 8 of Wands. So, based upon where things are going for you, Sagittarius, 8 of Swords, 5 of Swords, 10 of Swords, 8 of Wands. Let's talk about the 8 of Swords to the 5 of Swords first. You know, based upon where things are going, no longer are you in this energy of overthinking and worrying, you're combating this. You know, the 5 of Wands here is saying, I'm done fighting with myself, you know? And I'm sorry, not the 5 of Wands, the 5 of Swords. The 5 of Swords here says, I'm done being combative with myself, I'm done fighting myself, and most importantly, I'm done fighting the universe. What signifies that you're done is the 10 of Swords. The 10 of Swords means you're putting something to an end. So what's going on here for you, Sagittarius, is you're done overthinking, you're done worrying, you're done freaking yourself out. You're just recognizing that the more I worry, the more I involve myself in the energy of fear. And the more that I fear, the more I focus on a false reality that doesn't even exist. If you've ever heard the acronym of fear spelled out, false, false entities or false something else? False evidence, there you go. False evidence appearing real. I got like a little bit of a scatterbrain today. I feel like I'm forgetting all of my sayings, but either way, fear is nothing more than just false evidence appearing real. It's a reality that doesn't even exist yet. It's one that you're creating, the worst case scenario, you know? So coming into your mid-March, you know, based upon where things are going, you're really removing yourself from fear. I think that you're getting into a very grounded place energetically to where you trust and you put more faith in God, you put more faith in the universe and in the divine, that it has your back and that no matter what you go through, you're always going to be okay. And that really resonates with me really well because I've gone through a lot of difficult roads in my life personally. I've gone through a lot of difficult situations, but I've always believed that I would be okay at the end of all of it, and I always am. Because no matter what path I'm going through, no matter how destructive it is, it always leads to something wonderful at the end of it. So I like that, guys. And, you know, the last card we have here for where things are going is the 8 of Wands. You know, your path here is getting created right now. You are getting directed to your next step in your life, Sagittarius. And because you know that, you're kind of sitting back and you're saying, universe, divine, whatever you want to call it, do what you got to do. I'm ready to embrace these changes and new beginnings that you're currently setting up for me. I like it, man. Let's go ahead and see what your spirit guides have to say. Are there any dire or important messages coming in here from Sagittarius' spirit guides throughout mid-March 2022? Are there any dire or important messages coming in here from Sagittarian spirit guides throughout mid-March 2022? And what do we have? We have here the Page of Wands. Moving forward from that, we also got here the Page of Cups. And then taking a look at the last two cards, we got the Lovers and the 5 of Pentacles. So let's see what your guides are trying to say over here for you. First things first, the Page of Wands to the Page of Cups. Right now, take this time to go with the flow and to kind of just enjoy yourself. They want you to enjoy yourself as all these changes are occurring in your life. They don't want you to be scared. They don't want you to freak out. They don't want you to be stressed. Just be stress-free. Like, remember, when you have faith in the universe that everything's working for you and not against you, you can relax. You can breathe a little bit, you know? So that's what they want here for you. They want you to know that right now you're being guided exactly where you need to go. They want me to keep reassuring that to you, Sagittarius, because the more reassurance you feel, the more cool, calm, and collected you could be. Let yourself be cool, calm, and collected throughout this Tower moment this month, throughout these changes, and trust me, you will have a much better experience than if you're freaking out or if you're worried. Now, we also have here the Lovers, and we have here the Five of Pentacles. The universe is trying to say, we want to connect you to where you're going to be the most happy. We want to connect you here to where life is going to serve you, to where it's going to be within your best interest. The Lover's card is about getting connected to the things that really deeply resonate with you. The Five of Pentacles, on the other hand, is about removing yourself right now from what isn't really for you. You know, sometimes it takes us a while to see that something isn't really for us, and then we tend to realize that later on, oh wow, that actually really wasn't good for me. You know, for example, you could be in a romantic relationship right now, and maybe you don't see the way that your partner treats you. Maybe you think your partner treats you okay, but years later, you can come to realize, whoa, my partner actually treated me like shit. And I didn't notice it at the time, but now years later, looking back at it, I could see that my ex-partner did not treat me very fairly. So sometimes our ego can block us from seeing what's really going on. You may think the situation's great, but there's better options out there for you. And that's what the universe here and your spirit guides are trying to convey to you. They're trying to say, even though all these changes happening in your life, you may not be able to see the bigger picture yet, there is a bigger picture. And when you do look back at this moment, you'll realize that everything changed for a reason, and the reason will become clear. So they're asking for faith. They're asking for trust, because when you look back, you'll be able to see things very clearly and connect the dots, all right? All right, Sagittarius, let's go ahead and have a look here at your overall outcome for mid-March 2022. What is that going to be? What is going to be the overall outcome here for Sag? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout mid-March 2022. And what do we have? We have here the Four of Pentacles, and then lastly, we have here the Hermit. Nice. Four of Pentacles, that is the card of holding on, but the Four of Pentacles paired with the Hermit is the card of letting go. So you're going to be letting go here, okay, Sagittarius? No longer are you going to hold on to the way that you feel like things need to be. You're saying, universe, take the wheel. Jesus, take the wheel. Whatever you want to say here, Sag. You're saying, universe, do your thing. I'm going to go ahead and take a step back with this Hermit card and watch from the sidelines and watch whatever you intend to have for me all unfold. The Hermit card here as well is a card that represents wisdom too. So the Hermit card here is you connecting with a lot of wisdom. I feel like you're going to be getting downloads, guys, moving throughout the rest of your mid-March. So just throwing that out there as well. For any Sagittarians that are very spiritual, very connected with their spirit guides, just be mindful and pay attention to the downloads you're getting. I feel like your spirit guides are trying to send you a bigger message. Maybe they're trying to tell you the bigger picture. That actually could be it for a few of you. They could be trying to tell you the bigger picture of what's going on. So with that being said, for Sagittarians that feel a little more connected to their spirituality, I would pay attention here. I feel like your guides are trying to give you guys spiritual downloads to help you see the bigger picture of what's currently going on in your life and how things are aligning for you. But nonetheless, guys, whether or not you see the big picture now or you figure it all out in the end, everything's happening for a reason right now. The universe is doing its best to unfold so many lovely things for you in your life. You may not see it yet, but you inevitably will. And when you do see it, you'll realize, shit, the universe really did always have my back. So guys, the universe will always have your back no matter what. You're on a good path here. You're being cool, calm, and collected moving throughout the rest of this month. It's like, I don't want to focus on misery, Five of Cups. What I want to do is I want to be joyous, and I want to have a joyful time and a joyful experience, and that's exactly what you're going to have. So Sag, I love this reading for you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. If it resonates, let me know down in the comments down below. Shout out to all of you being here. If any of you Sagittariuses are new, definitely consider subscribing. That would be greatly appreciated as well. But Sagittarius, enjoy mid-March, and I will catch you all in the next video. Much love, guys, and have yourselves a good one. Peace.